Hello, hello, Virgos. Welcome, welcome. How you guys doing today? Today is a good day. I am on very late today for you guys. Reason being, I had to go to the doctor this morning for my knee. As many of you know, went on vacation. And while on vacation, 2 days before we came home, I stepped off a bus wrong. And I tweaked my knee, the one that I did have surgery on. So I didn't know what happened, so I let it rest for a week to see if it was going to be okay. It wasn't. So made a phone call, had the doctor check it, and it is a sprained knee. I don't know who keeps coming to my door, but I'm not answering it. Or passing my door anyway. All right, so I have a new deck today. So this is really cool because I love this oracle. This oracle deck is this new oracle deck, and I'm only going to do the Divines card on this, but it is the oracle of the 7 energies. Awesome energies. If you guys read tarot, please pick up that deck. It is just got full of light energies, Definitely. I love it. Definitely love it. So I'm excited to use it more and more and more. All right. So it's very hard for me to find a deck because I do have to have it resonate with my energies, along with Divine has to okay it, kind of a thing, because this is all has to be in love and light. All right. This is divine driven, divine guided. So I'm going to do the second 2 cards, one for the current energies and one for the future energies. Okay, mostly astrology and the future. So the current energy that we have, I need that book. So I'm going to have to read the card because I haven't studied it enough yet. So the current Divines card is about smoke and mirrors, and it's the number 6. Isn't that beautiful? I just love the artist in here. I don't know who's done this. I have to look. I'll have to research. But beautiful, beautiful energies coming in here. But this is definitely smoke and mirrors. Oh, interesting. They had me look at the smoke, and there's a face. It's sort of like a skull in the smoke. See it? Sort of a distorted looking kind of skull. Interesting. Very interesting. And it's probably not. It's just that's what they got me looking at. Interesting. Okay, so let's go. It's number 6. All right, so actually number 42. I get myself all mixed up. I start looking at number 6. It's like, that's not the card. All right. So number 42. We're all actually built to view the world inaccurately. Our 5 senses tell us what we are separate from one another. We're conditioned to see the time as linear. This creates a consciousness of delineation, I can't speak today, I'm so tired. Delineation, separation, and finality. We have an innate fear that what we see is all there is, although we know deep down there is more. We are suspicious of it. Our fear of death results from this kind of perception. The entire world is a construct of smoke and mirrors, and our job is to discover the truth that lies beyond the illusion. Absolute truth. Remember I talked to you about that? Discoveries at the frontiers of science align with what the ancients have known. At the atomic level, we are blinking lights and empty space. Conscious in fundamental, time can be bent, and we are internal. Ask yourself if what you see is really just what you are looking for. What do you sense beyond the intellectual assessment of what is? Can you drop into the heart and soul and call for a vision, a feeling, an awareness of the true, authentic? Every day, remind yourself that you are intricately connected to all life. The universe needs you to learn about it, and you are within the extraordinary magic of which co-create life beyond your wildest experiences. Definitely 100%. And this is part of why I sort of stepped away from organizational churches and stuff, a lot of them, I do believe in a lot of things. However, I do know for a fact, and that's why I do what I do, that there is more to life than just where we can visually see. I've witnessed it. I've lived it. I'm an empath. That happens daily. So there is more to life than what we can see. And if you are foolish enough to believe there isn't, then I think you'll get awoke when you pass on. So definitely there is more. I just have testimonies and witness, and people around me witness and testimony things, and people that have passed on and came back. I even have a friend, her husband died. They put, in a grain bin thing where the grain comes in for the cows and stuff. He got buried alive, and they had him in the morgue, pronounced him dead, had him in the morgue, and he woke up. And the stories that he could share with you, there is more to this life than what you ever can see or touch. So anyway, and the current word for the week is trust. You have to trust in the unseen. You don't have to, but you'd be silly not to, sort of foolish not to. And it is the number 10. So it is ending in a new beginning, to trust. If you stop trusting in the world stuff and trust in the spiritual realm of what is more out there, definitely. And you will also see that there's messages and omens coming in your future to prove that to you. It's also the number 2 to bring that to you, to bring that and connect you two together. The universe or God or, whatever. A lot of the times people, when they see somebody passed on, definitely. I don't know who keeps coming to my door. It's driving me nuts. I think it's my landlord. It's driving me nuts. Anyway, we're going to keep moving forward here. So, yeah, definitely smoke and mirrors. Is it illusion? What is illusion in your life? A lot of the times, lies are illusions. Definitely illusion. If there is confusion, like if you're in a relationship and you're beginning a relationship, and I'm going to give you a hypothetical. And if you give you a hypothetical, sometimes it's happened to me, sometimes it hasn't. Okay, so what this means is that, for example, somebody you start dating and you're like, oh, how, have you been married before? Yeah, I've been married before. Oh, do you have any kids? No, don't have any kids. Oh, okay. And then you just keep moseying on. You have a second date and a third date. And then all of a sudden something slips and they're like, oh, yeah, well, my son. And I'm like, thought you didn't have any kids. You said you didn't have any kids. Then the confusion begins. That's not of divine. That's not the way divine works. Divine does not create confusion. Divine creates clarity. So this is a thing to think about, because I'm looking at your first couple of cards out. Definitely has to do with the male ego, or not male, human ego, human pride. I don't know where that male ego came out from, but definitely. All right, so let's see what else we've got here. Ooh, I love that. So first out is definitely pride, ego, something that's standing up. That's like, well, this is what I believe in, and until something shows me different, then I'm not going to change my mind. This is a fight. This is somebody who's probably argued with somebody lately. It's sort of like when you don't, that's why they say don't talk politics and religion or spirituality, because those are the two hot topics. So if you are talking about politics and one's view is a different view, then it's again pride and ego gets in the way, and there's no room for that when you're trying to change or trying to figure something out, because the divine is right next there, the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is on the other side of the Hierophant is your future. Boy, this is just like, gosh, what is going on with Cancers, Pisces, now Virgos, standing in your own way kind of a thing. And you're holding yourself back from abundance because you don't believe. Somebody doesn't really believe. And if you do believe, you're not walking in it. You might be saying you believe, but you're not walking the truth in it. Does that make sense? You've got to walk it in order to make it active. So if you say, okay, I believe that divine is really true, then you've got to show proof that you, and well, it's like, Patty, how do I do that? Well, you don't be afraid of it. Just believe in it. Just say, if somebody asks you, well, that's just coincidental. No, it's not. Actually, it's divine driven. Or, you know what? And you don't even have to say that. There's a purpose and a reason for everything. So I don't believe in coincidences. You can just say something of that nature. Definitely your center card is the Six of Wands. Definitely something that is coming that you are going to, I don't want to say win, but you're going to succeed at, and you're going to be able to show that you've succeeded, and people are going to actually be looking for that or be looking at you like, oh, wow, this is cool. Look at what they did. This is really, really cool. Something in your future here this week is going to need some strength and courage to get through. Again, you have to trust in the second dimension where divine lies, because there's a message coming. And I don't know what this is for you. Okay, this is your future card, your astrology card. Basically, there is definitely something this week, a message of some type. Now, this message, you're going to really have to think about, because you're going to let your head get in the way. You're going to let your head get in the way. And the thing is, when you let your head get in the way, that doesn't leave room for divine to come in and actually work miracles. Interesting. Six of Wands again. All right. So this means that there is something that you're going to overcome or come over, which your challenge card is the Wheel of Fortune. This is about, oh, excuse me, it's the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So the Wheel of Fortune is, you have a lot of opportunity and choices. This one you don't. You're just going to have to make a decision. And this is a challenge because you don't want to make a decision yourself. But you will, because you will find the courage and the strength to make that decision, whatever it is this week. Because you're going to see that the current energies, the smokes and the mirrors, you're going to see through the lies, or you're going to see through something that, how do we put it? 2 and 2 don't add up to 4. Something doesn't sound right, and you're going to pay attention to your intuition and listen to it. I think the victory is, because wands are about communication, I really think the victory is that you are going to pay attention to your intuition, because the Hierophant, your second card, your Hierophant, I can't speak today. Your Hierophant's the second card. Oh my gosh. Okay, we just showed you the Six of Wands at the end of the deck, right? I just held it up and showed it to you. And again. So this is the third time. So you got to pay attention to this, because this is definitely about improving something in your life. And mostly it's going to release a burden in your life. It's going to relieve something that's really heavy on your heart, something that you've struggled with, something that has been a challenge, something that you've been losing sleep about, something that you're going to do that, because in all honesty, the truth will always come out. The smoke and mirrors will actually dissipate, and the truth will come out. Because again, didn't I say earlier, you're going to listen to your intuition? We've got the Queen of Cups, which is all about listening to her intuition. I can't make this stuff up, you guys. I just can't. This is not me. This is divine giving me the downloads, and I pass them on. So whatever it is, you have this opportunity to turn this, Virgos, into all the opportunities that you have, potentials that you have. Stop being stubborn. Stop being stubborn or hard-headed. It's not going to help you. You've got to trust in what you cannot see. Divine, God, intuition, the signals, the things. Okay? It's not a smoke screen. The divine is not a smoke screen. The divine is really true. I mean, if you want to call divine universe, it's true. It's out there. Okay? Really pay attention to that. All right. King of Swords. all about the truth, all about absolute truth. Does not want to hear any crap, does not want to hear any lies, doesn't want to hear any stories. And the Chariot is about keep moving forward. This is a time that we do not stop. This is not a time to be still. This is not a time. This is a time to move, because there is a message coming in. This is a time to move. It is going to take courage. I don't know if you're in Oregon or near fires. I'm hoping not, because I saw and heard fires. Maybe to move, to get a message to move, to evacuate. I hope that's not you. I hope that's not at all the scenario. It might be for somebody. I don't know who, but I'm praying not. We're in Oregon. We've got, I think they're over 600 acres or 600 miles of acreage that is now burned in southern Oregon. These fires. We were going to go camping the beginning of next month, and they've told everybody no campfires. It's like, how fun is that when you're at night and you're cold and you usually light a little fire? It's these stupid people who do not know how to put fires out at night, and they just leave them burn all night. Yeah, that's the most stupidest thing you could do. You spread the coals out, pour a little water on them, pour a little sand on them, and then it ruins it for everybody. Okay, so we have the King of Cups. We have the King of Swords and the King of Cups. So this is definitely true about your heart. What is it going on with you guys this week? Definitely something that you really have to look at what's real and what's not. 2 plus 2, if 2 plus 2 is not adding up to 4, you got to question that. You got to look at yourself and say, you know, this isn't adding up. What did I say in the beginning? Divine does not create confusion. He does not create confusion. If he does, if you do have that, then you need to step back and reevaluate 100%. Reevaluate. He does not create confusion. All right. So this is basically, I'm just going to keep repeating myself, because this is definitely about really looking at what's factual coming up, because this is going to release a bunch of burdens for you, but you got to listen to the Hierophant. You got to listen to the divine. And that does take courage. But what my hope for you is to turn this upside right and have all the potential, and that's where your courage is going to be. So for somebody, that smoke and mirrors, that 2 and 2 is not going to add up to 4, and you're going to still stay there. I'm saying if it's another person, yeah, but maybe you're going to make an excuse. Somebody's going to make an excuse for another person. And when you do that, you have just left your Wheel of Fortune right where it is, upside down and reversed. Don't let other people make excuses for poor behavior. Poor behavior should not be rewarded. Okay? And smoke and mirrors should not be rewarded. Lies and deceit should not be rewarded. Confusion should not be rewarded. Creating clarity should be rewarded. Trusting in divine should be rewarded. Trust in the second dimension should be rewarded. All right, am I giving you the picture? Because there's a lot of rewards for bad behavior out there, and that is not healthy. That is not good. All right, so we're going to love and relationships real quick here. So we have the Ringmaster of Scrutiny. Discernment, clear vision, and details. It's also the number 9. So maybe in somebody's relationship, things need to be cleared up. Maybe that intuition needs to be listened to. Okay, the end of a tough cycle approaches. So again, he's talking about smoke and mirrors, and if there has been deceit or lies or anything of this confusion or low vibrational energies there, they need to go. This is the waning moon time. Okay, after the full moon, it's a waning. It means to get release them, so that you can be releasing your burdens, and that you can reverse this to now upright. Okay, really pay attention to that. This is really, really important in your relationship. Sometimes cycles have to end. It doesn't have to mean that the relationship ends, but it's putting your foot down and saying, no, if you're going to lie, I can't do this. If you're going to cheat, I can't do this. You've got to put your standards up you've got to trust that no matter what, the divine is going to protect you either way in how you put your foot down. You know what? You cannot talk to me that way. You cannot cuss at me that way. It's not acceptable. I don't deserve it. I don't yell at you. I don't cuss at you. I expect the same respect. Do not cuss at me. Do not call me names, or this will end. This has to end. Okay. It's very dysfunctional. It's very toxic. And you don't want to stay there. But again, this is also discernment, listening to that inner voice, that intuition that is telling you something. If something isn't right or it is right, pay attention to it. High vibrational things of good, things of constructive things, great. Support, lifting you up, sharing with you, blah, blah, blah. But if it's destructive, oh, you stupid idiot, what are you thinking? Why did I frickin' marry you? Blah, 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 blah. I'll give them the princess wave when they go out the door. Anyway, really listen to your intuition, definitely, because the Hierophant is definitely here with divine. Okay, spiritual guides, your spiritual guides, your angels that are protecting you in the angelic realm that is trying to communicate through you to give you all these messages from divine. Pay attention, really pay attention. All right, Virgos, that's your reading today. I hope it was helpful. I don't know if it was. Sorry for the disruptions. Definitely don't forget about the 23rd full moon reading. That's tomorrow. I cannot believe it. The 23rd, if you're watching this before the 23rd, at 10 o'clock. Otherwise, you can definitely, if you're after the 23rd, it is recorded. So please go back and watch it, because a lot of the times these full moon readings really play into your week. They also play into the energies for the next couple of weeks of what you might be seeing, because the universe that is moving around, those planets and galaxies, definitely is where divine lays, and it's all the same. All right, talk to you soon, and hopefully walk in absolute truth and love. Take care, guys. Love you.